spring equinox in Japan. So kind of relaxing finally. So I'd like to pick the card from this Mind Body Makeover card deck provided by Dr. Mona Lisa as usual Monday for our weekly reminder to think better, feel better, being better for our conscious creation, to reminding what's the healthy way of thinking and learning unhealthy way of thinking so that we can choose consciously, scanning where we are as a default way of thinking, and then adjust for ideal, which is the healthy alignment. And then, particularly, they're in this challenging, perhaps maybe only around me, but I don't think I feel I'm not the only one feeling that uh, world is given so much challenges and encouraged to come up with a new way to embody peace, harmony, the world around us and the globe. That always start from self, peace within us individually, and then extend, expand also love to self first in order to share more as an oxygen mask first when we are in an emergency on the plane, that in order to serve other children or elderlies or someone needing help, we got to put the oxygen mask first, unless otherwise we are more struggle um, surviving entirely. So making sure that using our personal power to deposit in, check in our health and harmony, peace, resonance. When we challenged it as an empath, picking up from wherever that is happening, from the new source you bumped into, or just energetically sensing as a spiritually open person, spiritually sensitive, or very mediumistic being, whatever that you name it, that you recognize your sense of uniqueness that is needing your attention as to fully being in you and to being responsible for our own energy. That is something that we can use our personal power, almost guaranteed that. Um, but when we are challenged, we need help too. So the first is the awareness. When we become aware of it, then we can consciously taking action to help ourselves first to realigning to a healthy if we notice that it's very unhealthy. So what I've been noticing during this last week among this full moon was a very emotional bumpy, like emotional roller coaster in, and particularly the last week that the region that I am reside right now got a huge earthquake during the nighttime, and luckily the damage was minimum in the highest magnitude area, and then sending a healing and prayer for those who are still under the evacuation and the challenges from the earthquake. But the entire nation was kind of like a mindset to freaked out and fear button is being easily pushed by the universe that quick. And then many of the people got uh, reactivated the trauma from 11 years ago, which luckily I was that time I reside in Los Angeles, so observing that and also that old memory, like came up to the surface as an attest. How we gonna manage this time, with whatever that we learned. And knowing that and to adjusting and also still noticing the emotional response to it, almost like a reactive, subconsciously, unconsciously. So hard time sleeping at nighttime because that was happening in during the nighttime. So maybe, expecting another earthquake, and then that type of thought easily coming up and then fading away, kind of. So that's in conjunction with the full moon. I was noticing the emotional roller coaster in entire time. Then that is really draining energy. So needed to taking care the wellness, anything that I could feel enjoyable, appreciate it, So taking care, pumping myself and nurturing many levels of physical, emotional, and then the mind. So that's what I was doing. And yeah, and then today is the equinox. It's officially getting into a springtime, which is exciting. Yeah, and then the Monday to start. So that's the flow I've been experiencing from the full moon and then into the equinox. And I think there is a period, the season individually we have associated with that, with the culture event, or weather changes. If you're living in a place that the weather changes, and like a gathering or the schedule, like a cycle, and to notice the um, seasons if you are living in the four seasons. And then and what I noticed that each year, every season, about now time, I really came out from hibernation, means like a very low energy and active. Even the end of the year in New Year's resolution said, and yes, let's make it happen. But somewhat it's a holiday energy. It's still remaining. It's hard for me to switch into that. And then and then this time is open up, really preparing for upcoming season. So seems like my own way of connecting this time of the year is clear. And then particularly this season, I think I'm talking about um, the laundry is done, um, about the self defense, which is in other words psychic defense or protection, you name it. That means that uh, feeding of energy drained by someone or something that it really getting attention or energy, and then so interrupted with what we're supposed to be fully dedicating to our own life to create for the wishes or goals. And one of the method that I share each year is that there is only one way to protect yourself. As long as it works for you, that's the best. Like shield with the energy or white light. Some people do that, but the uh, the fact to me is that the only one way to protect is to fully fulfilling from within us and then extend, expand. It's kind of like an ego, the good, healthy ego to full. within to extend, expand entire beingness. And then there is no space for other element to come in. So that's the fully shield, not from the outside, it's the inside out. So it comes to something that really truth to our core essence, heart of the matter, that to extend, expand to really embodying fully and to feel and all senses, smell it, hear it, touch it, and see it and talk about it, and then to extend, expand, and create or surround it by that extension of that embodiment, to connect and engage, and that focus is the truly the self psychic defense. So this is a wonderful time to clean up in the spring cleanup and celebrate the fullness, and then connect one by one that no longer serving and graduate. I was talking about to make that this month's full moon as to celebrate for graduation ending, and then prepare for the new seed, new growth. So it's perfect to clean up. And I was just finishing the laundry, but it's to let go and yeah, to reactivating the current wants, desires, wishes, and what brings joy to your heart. And sometimes it is very hard to be in a witness of what's happening, that disasters and crisis situations. And is that okay to focus on my joy, to have fun? I mean, um, we can feel simultaneously these feeling. Having a joy that doesn't mean that ignoring that prayer for these people who are needing the oneness energy or support. We can do that both and make a balance out of it, because we are underconnected, interconnected after all. So that health, world health is also embodied from here. We must embody our balance, harmony, and health within. So talking too much for the equinox. Then today's reminder, actually, for this uh, week, reminder, start in the springtime. And I thought that some goal setting as an energy circle that we are co-creating, sending extra energy for boosting our personal power, and we are doing together for reaching our goals and wishes, and to create the experience that wholeheartedly welcoming to a physiological experience. And what would be a good cycle? Even if you are new to here, thank you for connecting. I am Mami. This is the workout for creating the wishes, for individual wishes together, and to reminding the healthy way to think and the mind, to creating the experience, that outcome that we shooting for. And it's like a mind muscle workout, and and then together we are doing it for our own individual unique chosen goals and experience. So you choose the goals and to work on your way, and to every Monday, my Monday, US Canada Sunday night, to connect here to reminding the healthy, unhealthy way. And then periodically, I personally pick the card for you if you like, and to come up with some reminder might be helpful for that week. That's what we are doing as an energy circle and self bettering, like mind workout group exercise. And and then I like the moon cycle. So new moon, full moon, and season changes. Sometimes we take a moment and then connect our energy and do some rituals, and that's what we do as an energy circle. And then this is the from the energy circle from the winter time. And then I'm gonna renew this circle for the springtime for the next new moon. So I'm going to take this out today. I wanted to do that over the full moon, but today is good for equinox. So, and then I was wondering about that. The cycle is that, and then when would be a good uh, opportunity for us to kind of sit in the time frame, mapping out our creation, the goals, and then this morning that idea came that perhaps it's good to set your birthday, because that we all have birthday, right? And wherever we are at to the birthday, maybe tomorrow or today is your birthday, or a month from today, or a week from today. But we all have a birthday once a year. So why don't we set the birthday as a certain time point as the point of that goal, and what we would like to give the gift to our own birthday, so the next birthday, what you like to give yourself. Maybe you like to give yourself a healthy muscle in your body, or the healthier beingness, or a new job, or a new partner, whatever that you like to give to your birthday, the next birthday. That could be a good embodiment, target point. And then if your birthday is going to be, another, another 11 month, for example, and then you may want to chunk that, stages to reaching into there. So you can map onto your steps to embodying that gift to your birthday. I thought it's an interesting idea to do it together, and then we can support one another as where we are at that creation, and support one another that to give energy or support to have us reach to give the gift to our own birthday as a birthday present gift. So maybe I want to do that. Okay, that's the idea to share. Here is the reminder for spring equinox this week. Living in society. The sixth energy center, which is the third eye, color indigo. It's about perception, intuition, logic, and number, and then also brain, eyes, ears, information capture in sensors. And here is unhealthy thought. I cannot get what I want no matter what I do or say. I cannot get what I want no matter what I do or say. That's unhealthy thought. The healthy thought is I can find the resources within me to be flexible, energetic, vital, and assertive. I lovingly go after and get what I need. I can find the resources within me to be flexible, energetic, vital, and assertive. I lovingly go after and get what I need. That's a good timely card from what I was sharing the idea. So let's check what Dr. Mona Lisa needs to add on this. Living in society, 74. 74. Okay, so if we think that no matter what we do, we cannot get what we want, then we've reached a significant level of pessimism and probably depression. With such fruity, there is a little energy to change one's circumstances. Maintaining such a pessimistic perspective dangerously um, disrupts our mind and body's neurochemistry and immune system. Pessimism and despondency tend to paralyze the immune system, natural killer cell, the body's first line of defense against cancer, become much less effective. The stress hormone cortisol and norepinephrine cause an inflammatory state in the body's blood vessel that increases the risk of developing stroke and heart disease. Lowered serotonin and opiates distort our perception to that we only see negative options and stay away from positive solutions. That's dangerous. When we get stuck in the emotional downward spiral, it's important to seek out someone to help jumpstart our lives into a more positive direction. A counselor may help us assess why we've failed in the past and may help us skillfully set up a series of steps hit, that can lead us toward a sense of mastery and success. A doctor or other healthcare practitioner may help us examine our brain and body's um, neurochemistry and figure out if we need to take nutritious supplements, herbal remedies, or even medicine. With help, we can find the resources within us to assertively go after what we want and need. So this morning I was thinking about this challenging because emotional up and down I've been experiencing. As long as we know the cause of it, that's very helpful, and we can work on that. And perhaps maybe that's not the only one, and some other elements influencing, for example, like the body itself, like our body is changing, and especially like hormonal changes going to the phase and stages of our life. And these stages, like it never know when to come, and then the most of the time that we experience is the first time. So it's hard to noticing what's happening until really bothers. And for example, like a teenager also having a challenges, each stage of our life the body changes, and then the hormones, the other part, it's the balance is changing. And I've been noticing that, you know what, it's like mood swings is not only this what happens and then information above neck kind of emotion feeding, it's more of like body's environment influencing with the hormonal, cortisols and all that, and low in particular, let's say the minerals or whatever. So it's good to really evaluate in that test to balancing out physical body environment to check. It really helps that. Um, I found out that years ago that lower in particular um, nutrition that is really making my mood challenge as irritating. It's like a PMS all the time. It's like not that, but because of the lower in particular, the balance is holding the key. And so as long as we can find it out, and then we have a solution, we can act out on that. So I started to take the particular food groups or nutrition to boosting that, and then see how my body changes. um, so these things that really become aware of our own body and checking, become aware, and then seek for a professional counseling or advices to find out what can be supportive to make a balance. It's not good or bad. It's just we are changing, just like a glasses, like it's unable to see it, and then complaining about and irritating. But just get the glasses to make it life easier. These things can be happening inside our body, and then that changes the way to we think and feel, and that really matters to quality life. you know so the positive thinking, it's choosing it, but part of it's like always negative and then going, and that's kind of dangerous. So notice that, and then take action. And perhaps the nutrition, the body is alerting the needs in that way, not only from your way of thinking or feeling, but just the body is needed, because it's a body need a maintenance too. So again, unhealthy thought here is I cannot get what I want, no matter what I do or say. I cannot get what I want, no matter what I do or say. When we are in a crisis situation, it's. I think it's natural to feel that way, like, oh, gee, this is the end of everything. You know, that's crisis situation, and the darkest dark, and finding the light the next moment sometimes it's very hard. But no need to stay in a crisis forever. You know, sometimes that feels like forever, but that could be the beginning, you know. That's hard. Life is hard. So when we engage with this unhealthy thought, then switching over to I can find the resources within me to be flexible, energetic, vital, and assertive. I lovingly go after and get what I need. So, what we need is also changing. Sometimes we need food, sometimes we need clean water in some place, and the particular point of our life. So, little by little, get what we need with the energy of way of thinking, feeling, perceiving, affirming, healthy way that we have a resource to think and to feel and ask for support to maintain the energy of faith to create the next now moment, because the life is continuous each now moment. So this now moment, what we need, what you need, and find the resources within and be flexible. Sometimes that this is what we need, and maybe the universe bring in with the synchronicity that something different format or different form to serve this needs. But as long as it serves your needs and take it, maybe it's way better than you thought it would be, and then take it. Being flexible is the power, energetic, vital, and assertive. So when we feel the low energy, that's hard, isn't it? So what I do when I feel low energy, and then I get the energy from sun, and to choose the sunny side and sit with the sun, and not so much moon tanning, but sun, enjoying it. And then in case of me is water, to soak into stretching body, and then just relax his body, and then dissolving all this tension energy, and then open up to allow the new energy to come in, rejuvenating. That's my way. So finding your way would be helpful, especially when you're in the crisis situation. And I know that when I was taking the bath in the morning, this morning, that the scene of people evacuating over the attack, so many people in the shelters, and I was wondering about that. They must need some clean water to shower in, and then that made me think of like, when was the longest time in my life that I'm able to take clean own body, which was actually after the surgery and stay in the hospital. Um, and then recalling that point was like terrible feeling on top of everything, and then unable to clean own body, or even the private space or anything, and the fear and threat and everything, and I'm so grateful for having that um, clean water, and able to enjoy and stretching, and at the same time send a prayer to the peace, and something that and then I made a donation. So something connected, and then we can do to do something helpful is helping you feel healthier. So I was appreciating the opportunity to share some thought here. Thank you for listening, eyeballs. Yes, so I feel very low energy perhaps still. Mm. I lovingly go after and get what I need. So get what you need. And it's 5 o'clock. So I am going to end this winter energy circle that we were co-creating. Circle, member, ending this as the spring starts here. So this is the ending of energy circle. Maybe just this. This gives a different nuance for with different meanings, or just a more purified meanings, simplified meaning. And perhaps I want to embody this energy circle until the next new moon to begin our spring energy circle. What we would like to seed out for upcoming season. So this is the pure circle, energy circle. It became well, okay. Thank you for connecting and joining here. Seems to be it's very quiet. Happy spring equinox. Hope you are having a wonderful weekend. And I'm still in the holiday weekend, Monday holiday. And look forward to connecting with you soon, next time. So tomorrow, I cannot promise, but tomorrow or day after is the Wednesday, Wellness Wisdom Wednesday, to share about the energy word that help us become aware of invisible energy. So that will help how we can manage our own energy for better in from Japanese wisdom through the Japanese wording. So that's what the Wednesday I am sharing. So please join me if you are open to the idea of managing your bettering from the energy point of view. And then sometimes during this week, I would like to do the part two of awareness sharing about that lie. What is it? And that was that came to my awareness last week, and yeah, I'm still chewing it. And new information and idea came to me, so I'd like to share and talk about that lie thing sometimes this week. So please subscribe me or follow me on Twitter, or experimentally open up the YouTube. So if you are convenient using YouTube, and please check on my YouTube video, um, Army Army Max, or you can get the links from my bio for the YouTube. And thank you for connecting through Twitter and sharing as an good to follow broadcaster over Twitter, Michael. Thank you so much. And then following me and sharing and leaving the heart as always. Circle member, I truly appreciate. And let's uh let's get together for our spring creation to seed out something exciting, meaningful, enjoyable to co create together as a circle here. All right, well, thank you. You have a wonderful night and day, and I see you when I see you. Bye. Oh, this is the energy to close two hands here and peace to you.